All right, let's talk about payday in Jamaica. Imagine this. It's Friday evening, the sun hot, you're sweaty, and you just collect your pay. $16,000 for the week. Then you hear one promise, $32,000 a week minimum wage. Or another promise, $3.5 million tax-free per year. Which one really puts more money in your pocket? That's what I want us to reason through today. First, let's set the record straight. Right now, as of June 1st, 2025, Jamaica's minimum wage is $16,000 per week. That's official. Now, the Jamaica Labour Party, the JLP, has promised to gradually move that wage up to $32,000 per week. They're not doing it all at once, though. First step is 18.5 in the next budget, and then they'll phase it in over about 5 years. On the other side, the People's National Party, the PNP, is saying they will raise the income tax threshold to $3.5 million per year. Right now, the government's plan is already pushing it up to $2 million by 2027 or 2028. So both sides are offering relief, but in very different ways. Let's simplify. Who actually benefits from each? If you're a minimum wage worker, moving from $16,000 to $32,000 means your pay literally doubles. But you're still earning below the current threshold for income tax, so you don't pay POYE either way. If you're earning somewhere between $1.8 and $3.5 million a year, you don't see a benefit from minimum wage going up. But a higher tax-free threshold means more of your money stays in your pocket. Picture this. A small business in Spanish Town, maybe 10 workers on minimum wage. Right now, the owner pays $160,000 per week for all 10 workers. When the first phase hits, that jumps to $185,000, eventually $320,000 per week. That's double the wage bill. For some small businesses, that means higher prices, cutting staff hours, or finding new ways to run lean. Now take a formal small to medium enterprise, maybe a call center or office, with employees making around $2.6 million a year. Under the wage plan, nothing changes for the employer. They're already paying above minimum. But if the PIT threshold moves up, those workers keep more of their salaries. The business doesn't spend more, but morale goes up because staff feel like they're taking home more. So both ideas sound good, right? But let's be real about the trade-offs. The minimum wage path lifts people out of poverty. It boosts demand in the economy, and it's fair to people at the very bottom. But it can also mean higher business costs, potential layoffs, or even inflation if prices go up to cover the difference. The PIT path helps the middle class breathe easier. It keeps talent from migrating, and it doesn't add cost to employers. But the government will lose 50 to 70 billion in revenue every year. That's a massive fiscal gap, and let's be honest, it does nothing for the poorest Jamaicans who aren't even paying PIT right now. So what's the likely outcome? Honestly, it's not either or. Phasing in wage increases will probably create mild inflation, maybe a reshuffle in how companies grade jobs. Raising the PIT threshold will make formal employees feel happier, but it means government has to either cut spending, raise other taxes, or find new revenue. Here's my take. Jamaica needs both better pay and smarter taxation, but the wage increases should be phased and tied to productivity. That way, businesses can plan and workers can see steady progress. As for PIT, go beyond 2 million only when the revenue or formalization targets are hit. And to protect jobs, let's give SMEs training grants or short-term contribution relief so they can adjust without cutting people. Now let me ask you, if you're earning between 1.5 and 3 million a year, would you prefer a tax cut or a pay raise? And if you're running a business, what helps you keep staff? Drop a comment and let's reason. And just to be clear, I'm not endorsing a political party. I'm just looking at the maths. Because at the end of the day, prosperity in Jamaica needs two things: better pay and higher productivity.